The Throwback Kelly Clarkson's performance demonstrates how easily the talk show host and vocalist can transform any timeless song into her own. In the episode of The Kelly Clarkson Show that aired on December 1, 2020, Clarkson went back in time and brought back a beloved classic, the eerie and potent Blue Bayou. Because it combines pop and country characteristics, it was the ideal song for Clarkson to perform on that particular Kellyoke episode. Although many music lovers believe that Linda Ronstadt's performance of Blue Bayou is the best, Clarkson's performance is maybe equally potent. On the song, Clarkson's backup band, Niall, is more subdued and low-key than normal, allowing the American Idol winner's vocals to take center stage. It should come as no surprise that Clarkson effortlessly hits all of the memorable and difficult high notes in Blue Bayou with little effort. Nothing compares to Clarkson's coo. If I could only see that familiar sunrise through sleepy eyes how happy I'd be. The performance is made even more spectacular by the warm blue light that fills the entire stage. What a vibe! Blue Bayou is one of my favorite songs by one of my all-time favorite artists, the legendary Linda Ronstadt. Clarkson admitted in the description of a 2022 TikTok that included a footage of her performance. Roy Orbison, who co-wrote the song with Joe Melson, first performed and recorded Blue Bayou in 1961. The American ballad singer's song became a global hit. The song that would become one of Linda Ronstadt's most well-known covers was recorded more than 10.5 years later, in 1977. Ronstadt's rendition reached at number 2 on the Hot Country Songs charts and number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10. Many performers have covered the song over the years, but one in particular stands out. Mariska Hargitay famously performed Blue Bayou in 2023 while providing fans with a behind-the-scenes glimpse at the renowned Law and Order Special Victims Unit set. Yes, she also hit all of those incredible high notes. Some performances are entertaining, but others leave a lasting impression. The kind that softly replays in your head when you least expect it, lingering long after the last note fades. With her eerie rendition of Blue Bayou, Kelly Clarkson created just such an occasion. Her performance was so soul-deep and emotionally charged that it left listeners speechless, in a state of profound emotion. This wasn't merely a front, it was an admission, a publication, a reminder of why Kelly Clarkson is still one of her generation's most emotionally impactful vocalists. A song with deep emotional meaning, the song Blue Bayou is difficult to sing. The ballad, which was first recorded by Roy Orbison, and subsequently made famous by Linda Ronstadt, is full of emotional vulnerability, homesickness, and desire. It's a song about wanting a place, or someone, that feels like home, safety, and comfort. Expectations were high when Kelly Clarkson decided to cover Blue Bayou. This song has a long history and calls for both power and moderation. But Kelly's performance was more than just technical mastery. In a manner that felt intensely intimate, almost autobiographical, she delved into the song's emotional undercurrent. When the first note is struck, everything shifts. It was obvious from the opening line that this performance would be unique. Kelly took her time. She didn't sing too much. Instead, she waited for the quiet to subside so that the lyrics' weight could be felt, and then she softly spoke. Her voice was gentle, almost frail, but in control. Instead of just singing sounds, every phrase seemed deliberate, as though she were placing feelings with care. Because of her voice's vulnerability, the listener naturally leaned in and turned off everything else to give the moment their whole attention. The audience was subtly enveloped in the emotion by the time she hit the chorus. A voice full of life experience, the life behind Kelly Clarkson's voice, rather than merely her vocal range, is what makes her rendition of Blue Bayou so eerie. Kelly has never been afraid to talk about her hardships, heartaches, and personal development. Her performances have an unvarnished honesty that comes from her actual experience. You could sense the echoes of introspection, perseverance, and longing in this cover. She seemed to be living the song rather than only performing it. Emotional reality was conveyed with every breath, held note, and little voice break. It was more of an emotional outburst than a performance. The real power move. Restraint. Many vocalists approach Blue Bayou feeling pressured to start off strong. Kelly made a different decision. She gradually increased the performance's intensity while allowing emotion and tension to develop organically. The final vocal swells were even more potent because of her restraint. It was therapeutic rather than ostentatious when she eventually allowed her voice to grow. It's the kind of release that surprises you and makes you start crying before you know why. Kelly really excels at striking a balance between strength and gentleness. This cover became iconic because of her instinctive ability to know when to lean in and when to pull back. An emotional storytelling masterclass. Kelly's ability to convey a story without embellishment was what made her performance stand out. She didn't rely on overproduction or dramatic gestures. All the work was done by her voice, her face, and the silence surrounding her. The pain of trying to go back to something that no longer exists, or perhaps never did, was palpable to listeners. The lyric's sense of nostalgia struck a profound chord, particularly with anyone who has ever yearned for calm after experiencing emotional turmoil. Kelly sang about more than simply longing. She shared her feelings with the crowd. Why this cover is so powerful right now, this particular period in time, gives Blue Bayou a particularly melancholy sense. Kelly Clarkson's cover provided a sense of calm and genuineness in a world that frequently feels noisy, uncertain, and emotionally exhausting. It served as a reminder of the strength of vulnerability, of sitting with feelings rather than hurrying through them, of admitting desire without feeling guilty. The show gave many fans emotional freedom to feel strongly, to miss something, and to allow melancholy to persist without feeling the need to make it right now. Fans sensed it right away. Fans used social media very instantly after the concert to convey what words could hardly express. Many said they felt cold. Others acknowledged crying out of the blue. Some claimed that it brought back memories of particular times in their lives, including homes, relationships, and past identities. Everyone responded in the same way. Kelly Clarkson experienced this music, which in turn caused everyone else to experience it. What makes a good cover iconic is that shared emotional reaction. Respecting the original while adding her own touch, it's dangerous to cover a song as well known as Blue Bayou. It is impossible to avoid comparisons. However, Kelly Clarkson did not mimic the song. Instead, she approached it with respect. She added her own expressive language to the original while preserving its essence. Her tone, phrasing, and tempo were all uniquely hers, demonstrating that a superb cover reimagines rather than replicates. Kelly concentrated on emotional truth rather than striving to surpass previous iterations. And that was a wise decision. A reminder of Kelly Clarkson's perseverance, this performance was a potent reminder of Kelly Clarkson's decades-long relevance, respect, and popularity. Emotional authenticity never goes out of style, even when trends change. She commands attention without resorting to show. She depends on being truthful, on the integrity of voice, on having the guts to show emotion in front of millions of people. Blue Bayou demonstrated all of her unique qualities as a tale and performer. When music turns into emotional healing, many listeners found Kelly's rendition to be healing. The song provided a safe space for feelings like homesickness, regret, longing, and quiet grief that are frequently hard to express. She reminded everyone in a matter of minutes that sometimes words cannot express what music can. That letting your emotions go amok is acceptable. Even amid depression, that beauty is possible. This kind of performance has the ability to heal without even trying. A memorable moment when discussing Kelly Clarkson's most poignant performances in the future. Fans will continue to bring up this cover. It was genuine, not because it was ostentatious. Blue Bayou demonstrated her heart as much as her voice. It struck so hard because of this. You are briefly entertained by such acts. Others remain with you indefinitely. The eerie rendition of Blue Bayou by Kelly Clarkson is definitely in the second group.